very best syndicated content of the community. Like always, lock it in and please don't touch that dial.
What's going on, y'all? This is Eric Benet, and whenever I'm in Rocky Mountain, North Carolina, I always check out Video Live with Terry Batts on WHIG TV.
Routine, got the man Cisco here and Drew Hill just performed. What's up, Cisco?
What's going on, man?
Welcome to Video Live. I'm your host, Terry Batts, syndicated content of the community. And like always, lock it in and please don't touch that dial. Good evening. Welcome to Video Live. I'm your host, Terry Batts, syndicated content of the community. And like always, lock it in and please don't touch that dial. Man, I'm super excited, and I got the fellas, Unifics. How y'all fellas doing, man?
We're doing well. How about you?
Oh man, I'm still turning and tossing from part one, man. I'm telling you. Just listening to that history, man, does up to me, man. It just let me know that y'all had a good time. Rocky Mountain surrounding areas, man. Introduce yourselves. Tell some about y'all talent too.
I'm Michelle Ward. I did some lead singing with the group. Still singing. I'm blessed. I'm living a blessed life. God is good. What can I say?
Yep, I'm Marvin Brown, aka Khalil Bilal, sung second tenor. I didn't do no leading, but enjoyed the dancing. But it helped out in a lot of the routine.
LaRon Young, I'm the guitar player and the music director for the Unifics, and playing guitar for a while. Didn't really start playing well until I got with the Unifics. You know, they made me step my game up. You know, but that was a ride, man. That I
already.
Yeah, I see you got it back there in the back. Look at you.
If that red guitar there could talk, you know what I mean? You know it. You talking about the Apollo, Uptown Theater? It's been everywhere on James Brown show and Madison Square. It's been everywhere, man. So
Spectrum.
Yes, yeah. It's got a lot of history, man. You know, so I was very fortunate to be able to take a gift that I was able to develop, you know, and the Unifics was a part of me developing it to another level, going through the like I said, the University of Al Johnson, and being with these guys and the perfection that that we had to present, you know, rehearsing 18 hours, sometimes it's 18 hours a day, man. You know, I've never experienced anything like that, but it really paid off, man, when you hit the stage. So I encourage anybody who wants to go into this business, you know, develop your craft, you know, develop it, man. So there's no question about how great you are. So
I'll tell you. Matter of fact, since you said that, man, what is Unifics? What is one of y'all's greatest achievement in the music industry that you all would say that you feel very proud of, even to this day?
Well, I feel like the achievement is that people still remember.
Yeah.
You know, that we left an imprint in people's hearts, you know, and people today still talk about Unifics. Those who were in that era, they remember. Some of them, I run into people from time to time who even, you know, attended some of the shows, and they talk about the very things we're talking about tonight, and how well they enjoyed being entertained by the group.
Yeah, a lot of
I would say one of the I wasn't a part of the group at the time, but I would say one of their greatest achievements was when they played the Copacabana up in New York City.
Right.
You know, anybody just can't go into the Copacabana.
That's right.
No, that's top notch. When you go into the Copacabana, you have arrived.
That's what they say.
You have arrived.
Yeah.
Michelle was there. He could tell you about it.
We were actually the guests of the Temptations when we went there. We were actually their guests, you know, and that was the first time that I actually had a chance to meet the Temptations personally, you know, and that stays with me. You know, I was like, because one of the things about me was when I went to the Howard Theater, being a young person, when I saw the Temptations at the Howard Theater, I got in trouble for staying there all day. But actually moving forward with the group and going to the Copra and actually being in the room with the group that I admired the most, it was was overwhelming.
Yeah, yeah.
It was overwhelming.
Yeah. And being able to, man, to tour with people like the Impressions, we toured with them, and we did another tour with Jerry Butler, and the 5 Stair Steps. Just being in that environment. Matter of fact, the 5 Stair Steps were the forerunners of the Jackson 5.
Yes, they were.
Okay.
Yeah, they were the forerunners, and they
That's
came
right.
after them, So just being able to be a part of that history, man, was profound. The only thing that I kind of regret was during the time we were doing that, the technology wasn't in place to capture the technology. You know what I mean? The live shows, the internet, and the cameras. We didn't capture a lot of that. You see?
Yeah.
So
same thing I was saying. I wish we could get our hands on some of that material.
Some of that material.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, the beginning of my end, man. Let's talk about that song.
The beginning of my end was a song that was written by my cousin. Was not based on a true story. It never happened. So anybody that told you it was a real story, it was not. It was just
get it straight.
It was a hit song. The reality of it was it could have happened to somebody, but nobody that we knew. It was a song written by my cousin.
Yeah.
Great song. Okay. Great song.
Yeah, it is a great song. We talked about it in part 1. I'm telling you, man. Hey, Sentimental Man. What's up with that, man? What's up with that song, man?
That was a song written by my cousin. Also based upon, I guess the title of the song kind of speaks for itself. A man with some deep feelings, who really cared about how somebody else, how the woman that he loved really thought about him. He cared about.
And that still holds true today. Don't miss war. That holds true to today.
Oh yeah.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes when I listen to our music today, sometimes every now and again I'll just sit down and kind of groove off of it, and I listen to the orchestration behind it, and just the lyrics itself.
Yeah.
And just the flow of the music. I'm still amazed that I was a part of it.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
Okay, let's drop that then. Sentimental Man. Hope y'all enjoyed that right there. Be right back at the video.
Kiss me, girl, sweet, and love me, girl. Hold me, baby, and give your love to me. Ooh, listen, baby, you're the queen. My world is your throne, and I thank you, baby, for not leaving me alone. Restore my happy home. Girl, you must have known that
Video live. I got the fellas up in the house. Unifics. What's going on, fellas?
Everything's all right.
It's all good in the neighborhood.
Oh man, I'm sitting about looking at the Sentimental Man. It got me thinking right here, man. That thing did something to me, man. Let me ask you all though, man. Anybody who's in your family that y'all picked up the trait as far as the music industry?
Well, in my family, there's so many people in my family that are musically talented. Even today, my niece, my mom loved to dance, and it was just something that kind of like came natural. My aunt sang. It seemed like we were kind of gifted, with that talent to be able to be a part, of and be coached by one another. A guy's mom gave me some ideas, with voices and things like that. Dancing. My mom loved to dance.
Hey, who that taught Michael Jackson how to spin, man?
Oh, that was Greg.
That was Greg talking about that one.
Yeah,
that was Greg. Yeah.
Greg said that, which is true. Greg taught Michael Jackson that spin that he does, because Greg used to spin on the stage. and Greg would throw his arms out and spin. But you know, I don't want to go over the top of the story. If he was here, he would be able to tell you the story himself. But he did. He did have some insight when we were at the Apollo with Michael Jackson to learn how to do that spin. Plus, Michael Jackson also he looked at a lot of people. One of the people that helped him with his career was the one to say Lonely Teardrop, Jackie Wilson.
Jackie Wilson, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He looked at a lot of Jackie Wilson's move. But there was, you know, but again, that's, you know, speaking on Greg's behalf, he did play a little role in helping him with that spin. But I mean, of course, he perfected it. I don't know nobody can spin like that.
Yeah.
You know,
another thing about Greg is he had a sweet tenor. He had a very sweet tenor. It was like, oh, I envy him because of his tenor. You know, I try to hit the note, I can't hit it. And like, there's one song on the album, they didn't write it, but it was Little Green Apples.
Yeah.
The harmony structure for Little Green Apples, they get to soaring up into the skies, and he be on that tenor riding high. Oh man, this
the tables turn
listen
too.
to it. You have to listen to it.
He did the high
it's
part
beautiful.
Tables turn.
It's beautiful.
I remember when we was living down Southwest, and you know, like I said, we had these two groups, and Greg had this group, and I had my little group, and sometimes we could hear Greg's group coming, man, blocks away, and you hear Greg way up there. I knew who it was, man. You know, he's always had that ability, man, to have that kind of, you know, to have that kind of sound, you know. And and you were talking about the people who had who had influence in your life. Musically, I didn't have anybody. My grandfather played, but he didn't play as much. That was the only one that I know in my music career. But also another thing I want to say, Michael Jackson. I noticed that, man, when I saw him like beside on stage, he would watch every act. He would be on the side stage, you know, watching every act, man, you know, and he'd be just a little fella checking everybody out. And I noticed that about him, man. So
he was absorbing stuff.
He absorbed everything. So I knew this little guy was going to do something. He was very quiet. Didn't say much, man. But wow, yeah. But just seeing him at that age and see how he developed, man, you know, over the years, that was profound.
I think one of the things that amazed me, I mean, we did shows with a lot of people, but I never forget Stevie Wonder. And the way Stevie Wonder moved around the stage, you know, in between rehearsals, I kept saying, is this guy really blind? Because it was just amazing how he just knew his way around. You
That's
know,
a beautiful thing, man.
You know, he was a nice person. I remember we, I don't know if you remember, Saran, when we went up in the room, we were at the Apollo, I think. And I'll never forget when we met Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
Okay.
And we had a nice conversation with Smokey. You know, he told us that he enjoyed the show, and he said, man, something about you guys is really different. I remember him telling us that. But one of the main things that he always emphasized was stay together. Same thing with the Dales.
Yeah.
They always emphasize, whatever y'all do, stay together, you know.
That's
big.
And
We're
like,
here for a moment.
and talk about back on the question of musical influences. I found out last couple of years that my mother and my aunt, they had a singing group when they were in high school. You know, back in Gary, Indiana, you know. And then her brother went on to sing with the Spaniards.
Right.
And they, you know, Pookie Hudson and the Spaniards, you know, and they took off and did their thing, you know. And so I remember seeing my cousins when I was a little guy. They would be in the living room and they would be singing, and it would just, the harmony would sound so sweet, so sweet. I just wanted to do that, you know. And then lo and behold, I got my chance. You remember my uncle Jubal, who was a road band. Yeah. Remember Jubal could sing? That's right. Jubal sounded like Arthur Prysock. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Arthur Prysock. That was his guy. Yeah, that was his guy.
Yeah, but Jubal was responsible, man, because Jubal was a military guy.
Yeah.
A Marine. And Jubal was really responsible a lot for keeping us motivated in terms of doing everything again, over and over again, and perfecting it. You know, a lot of that came from Jubal, man. You know,
he kept our heads screwed on right too.
Yes, he did.
Because he was a Marine. You know, he knew how to keep them tight.
Yeah.
Hey man, what we'll do now? Let's go to another video, man. That Al Johnson at Howard Theater, man, the reopening joint. Let's go to that. Be right back at you. Video.
Some of y'all too young for this. Y'all get it. I got a letter today, and I cried with every word she had to say. I was so hurt, shame and disgrace. Thought that woman didn't have the nerve to tell me face to face that she was seeing somebody else, and all my witnesses will testify just how I felt.
Yo, live. Your host Terry Best is joining me, very talented Unifics. What's happening, fellas? What's going on?
Everything's all right. Everything's all right.
Woo! Man, I've been getting all this knowledge here, man. I got to find some more room to put all this knowledge in, man. I'm telling you, y'all very knowledgeable, man. I'm telling you. Legends, man. I'm telling you. If there are any music style that you on, I mean, I know Al was very talented, man, and he showed y'all a lot of music.
We would be learning the song, and then Al would send you a tape of the song. Now Al done played all the instruments on the tape, all the instruments.
Wow.
He done sung, he sings the lead, then he sings everybody's background part, all on this one tape. You know, you thinking you listening to one perform, all of it's Al.
Yeah.
All of it. And then on the tape, he singles out your part specifically with nobody else.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I mean, he was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was amazing, man. I'm telling you, man. Wow.
Learned a lot from him. Learned a lot.
Yeah, and don't make a mistake. Don't make a mistake.
Oh no, don't make no mistake.
Especially when it comes to the music. Oh man, sometimes I knew he didn't hear that. Right after the show, he point right to you, man. Let you know exactly what you did. You know. So yeah, he
or
had
the voices, music or the voices. Anything.
Voices too. Oh, yeah.
He had the gift, man. He had Al Johnson, you know.
Yeah, gone too soon.
And when you did something out of the ordinary, he would give you credit for it. You know, I remember we were in the studio and we were doing some song, and I put a little riff in it in the song, right? And he looked at me and said, "Man, Michelle, that was kind of nice." You know, I said, "What?"
I gave you a compliment.
Yeah. Now, don't get us wrong. He wasn't that hard, but he was just that knowledgeable, you know, because he was definitely a good friend.
And you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. And I've noticed just being talking with you all, man, that you all are still close even today, man.
Yeah, we stay in touch.
You know, we've always had good relationships, man. That's one thing I really admire about these cats, man. It's always been a, you know.
We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
I told Marvin when he come in town, he better not come tell me that he's in Maryland and he stopped by my house.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Y'all tell me, man, how can someone get in contact with y'all, man? Or be the contact person?
Well, go to LeronYoung.com. That's my website, Leron, Leron Young, YOUNG.com. Or you can also go to Spotify. I'm on Spotify. You also go to YouTube, my YouTube channel, you know, and or send me an email. Email LeronYoung49@gmail.com. You see, and then I can contact any of these guys, you know. So, you know, that's my little riff right now.
We gotta give a shout out to Miss Shirley, man, and Miss Daisy, man, putting us together. You know, gotta give a shout out.
They'll do it. They'll do it. You know.
Yeah.
Because they were the only, with them and maybe about 2 or 3 others, they were the only Black women in the music industry that was doing what they did.
Yeah.
Debbie Ewing, Daisy, Shirley,
Oh, that's right.
and maybe about 2 or 3 others.
That's
They
right.
were the only black women in the music industry that were road managers,
That's
tour
right.
managers.
Wow.
They numbered the truth. They
And we
know
go
the
way
business.
back.
You got a
They
lot
know
of
the
experience
business.
under your belt.
Yeah.
A lot of experience.
Yeah, we go way back, man. Way back. Way back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's always a good thing to have have those relationships. You know what I mean? Those long relationships.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing. And the good thing about it is genuine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Genuine relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's big, man. I hate to leave now, man. Y'all been enjoying y'all fellas, man. About 2 more minutes, man. Any shout outs, man? Any shout outs?
Yeah.
Well,
I
like to go ahead.
No, I just shout out to all.
Well, we know we shout out to Miss Shirley and Miss Daisy. Yeah. But I know y'all got to shout out the next, the special person in your lives too.
Yeah, Marshall, Starlights, all them cats.
I want to shout out to Greg Cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, where are you, Greg? Shout out to him, and I definitely want to give a shout out to my wonderful wife of 40 years coming up.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. And James Hockaday and Jerome Braley,
Oh yeah, Bigfoot.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah. How about that, Jerome and Hockaday? Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Hey man, so let's end this thing with. I know Miss Shirley gave me some footage, man, from Al Johnson singing of Unifics, man, from Newport News. Talented and brilliant. Gone too soon, man. The original Unifics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Talk about that, man. Let's end the show with that.
That was a video that his son had taken. He played it at the funeral.
Okay.
It was like several photographs of the old group, several photographs of Al with his family, just the life of Al Johnson. Al was so phenomenal. I mean, he wrote for everybody. He wrote for the Whispers. Matter of fact, he got a couple of platinum records for writing for the Whispers.
Yeah.
He was the band director for Jerry Butler, Lloyd Price.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the Three Kings. Right. Yeah, he was the band director for the Three Kings. Lloyd Price, Jerry Butler, and Benny King. Right. He's phenomenal. Had it not been for Al, I don't think there would have been the Unifics.
That's right.
Because he's the core. He's the core. He's the glue that kept it all together.
That's right.
That's right. He kept it all together.
That's right.
University of Al Johnson.
I want everybody to stay tuned to Video Live every Wednesday night and have a groovy week, man. Y'all take care.
Okay,
all right now.
Nice being with
This was before the Jacksons had even cut a record. I think Michael Jackson was maybe 8. No, I'm sorry, 10. He was about 10 years old, 10, 11 years old. And during the course of the week, all of us being artists together, we were all, a lot of times we spent a lot of time together just talking. Okay. And I remember a time that when we were in, I think I was coming up the steps and Michael was coming down the steps. And Michael said, man, I really like the way that y'all routine and the way that y'all sing. I really like y'all, right? And for a young boy to be as young as he was, the way he talked, he was playful, And I said, oh, thank you, man. Thank you. And then he looked at my finger and he said, hey, I like that ring. I had a little old cheap ring right there, boy. He said, I like that ring that you got. I said, you do? I said, look, here. Listen, you can have it. You can have it. He said, huh? I can have this ring? I said, yeah, you can have this ring. He said, oh, thank you. I said, you know what? I said, what you can do? I said, next time you see me, on my birthday, you can give me a birthday present. So he said, well, when is your birthday? I said, my birthday is August the 29th. He looked at me, he said, my birthday is August the 29th. I ain't know that, man.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, your birthday is August the 29th? He said, yeah. He said, my birthday is August the 29th. this is, he looked at me and said, boy, this is funny. You know, so being the kid said, this is funny. I said, yeah, it is funny. And I always remember, you know, when we would kind of pass each other after the week, we would look at each other, talk some more, and just kind of laugh a little bit about things. And I remember he told me, he said, well, I hope we do some more shows with y'all. Well, we didn't do any more shows. We just did that one time that week at the Apollo. And a lot of time it passed. The next thing I know, they had got their record. They had just stepped out. But one of the things that I remember, you know, and I tell people, sometimes I tell people that story. I don't tell a lot of people the story because they don't get, yeah, really, you know. But the bottom line is, I tell people, say, today when people say, hey man, about my birthday, I say, all you gotta do if you want to remember my birthday, it's the same day of Michael Jackson. You can't forget my birthday because I know you ain't gonna forget my we were 10 years apart.
If you don't mind, I got that same little story just about, that's for just shocking when you just said it, Michelle, because he did the same thing to me. You know, wow. I had, if y'all don't remember, I used to wear the little diamond ring on my left hand.
Yeah, because he liked the ring. Go ahead.
He saw my ring. He saw my ring, and he asked me about it. And then he asked me, can he look at it? I told him, yeah. And I took it off and put it in his hand. Somebody was coming up the steps, and I gave them attention. But then when I turned back around, he was gone.
Okay.
You know, and come to find out, when I went to look for him, he was running around the corner. And I went after him, and we ended up at the pawn shop. I couldn't find him. He was at the pawn shop, you know, and he was at the pawn shop. He was trying to get a man my ring. You know, and he was so little because he was 8. I think he was 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Because when they played with us, Michelle, they played with us at the Howard Theater. And that right there. But then after I got my ring back, he said that he liked the way that I spin on stage.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
You know, you remember that?
I remember that. Yeah.
And I went downstairs with him. This is true. I went downstairs with him, and he wanted to learn how to spin. And I taught him how to spin off his right foot and come to his left. You know, so that spin that you seen him doing, that was part of his popularity. I taught him that.
You want to
grandfather of the spin. Wow. Wow.
Oh, that's big. That's history there, bud.
In the basement of the Apollo Theater.
Mercy,